building. So they have like a little circuit machines that you can hold on to do squats and a board you can lay down on and do pull-ups. Yes, we were able to use that.
Oh, that's fun.
It was so fun. Yeah. All right, friends, I've got 9:30, so I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. And we're gonna start the same way we did, actually do the same program that we did a couple of weeks ago. For those of you that were here with me, you'll be familiar with some of the exercises and moves. I'm gonna start in a seated position, but you can definitely start standing, and we're gonna do just our resets and just get ready to transition our bodies into movement. So we're gonna start with just some breath work. So I want you to do a nice deep inhale and a long exhale. We're going to just start bringing your attention to your breath. And again, breathe in deeply and let's focus on the belly and feel that belly rise as you fill it up with air and a nice long exhale. Do that a couple more times. So the reason we're doing this is just in case we started our day with any tension, any stress that we might be holding in the shoulders or the neck, or really anywhere in the body, we want to just release that. And let's just do a few head nods now. So we're going to look down and then look up. You're going to let your eyes lead the way. So you're going to look down, your head's going to follow, we'll look up. Good. We'll do one more looking down, one more looking up. And then we're going to look over our shoulders to the left and the right. And you can go ahead and let your shoulders twist a little bit. So the goal is to kind of be able to look as far behind you as possible. Kind of a nice stretch through the upper shoulder area, upper back, and shoulders. And let's do one more each side, to the right and to the left. Good. And if you are able to get down to the floor comfortably, I'm going to have you come down on the floor onto your hands and knees. And then I'm going to show you from the side, and we're going to do some rocking. For those of you who are seated, I'll be with you in just a second. So we're going to rock back, bring your bottom down toward your heels, and then bring your shoulders just a little bit in front of your hands. Good. And then, and you might remember this, and I had you stand up, keep your chair locked, and you can either hold on to the handles, or your seat, and then we're just going to lean back.
Both over together.
Yes, keep parallel. That's it. Exactly. Just rock back a little. And then shoulder rolls. Yeah. So we're going to keep, just relax your arms. There you go. Yeah. And then just kind of propel yourself forward a little bit. Just lean forward, lean back.
Lean like this.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
I know.
I can follow you better.
Right. This guy's not going to move, right?
No, it moves a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe just one more rocking. Good. And then Elizabeth, feel free to sit down for this one. Everybody else come on up to standing, and we're just going to finish with some cross connects. So cross connects are making contact with your opposite hand on your opposite leg. Maybe your forearm, if you can get your leg up that high, maybe even your elbow to your quad. Perfect. Good job. Looks good. We're going to do 10 more of these. There's 2, 4, 6, there's 8. We got 2 more. Very nice. All right. So we're going to get into the main part of our exercise today. And I'm going to start my timer. We're going to do 30-second intervals. So we'll work for 30 seconds. And then if there's any point in the time frame where you need to just take a rest or sit one out, you just listen to your body, okay? And then we'll have a 15-second transition to the next exercise. So we're gonna start just with a march. And then if you feel like it, you can use your arms to pump. And if you want more intensity, you just march a little faster and do a little more pumping, okay? So starting us, and here we go. Good, so we're just gonna march. And pumping is optional. And then if you want a little bit more intensity, even you are welcome to take your arms overhead. So anytime we use our arms overhead, we're gonna get a little bit more of a heart pump. Good, everyone keep going. We have 10 more seconds. Two seconds. Good. All right, so we have a rest now for 15 seconds. The next exercise, we're gonna do a chest squeeze. So you're gonna take your hands and just put them together so they're close to my chest. And just gonna squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So just wanna put pressure against your hands. You can also do your hands in a prayer position if you want. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Good, so you should feel it in your pectoral muscles, which are your push-up muscles, okay? Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed, so we don't want them up here. Want them nice and relaxed. Good, just 10 more seconds. Good. So we just worked our chest. We're going to work our back muscles now. So we're going to take our hands up front. You can have a staggered stance or a parallel stance. You're going to pretend you're holding onto a rubber band. And you're going to just use imagined resistance to pull back. Good. And then let's keep your elbows low into your side as you pull back. Good. So we're not up here. We're going to be down. Yes. And then as you pull your elbows back, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then just have a very relaxed chin. Your face should be relaxed. There's that puppy. So cute. Good. So those were our first 3 exercises. So in 10 seconds, we're going to go back to marching. Okay, so we're going to start at the top. We're going to do the marching, the chest press, and then the row. All right, so we're going with our marching. Again, you can be here, hands on your hips. If you're feeling a little bit more warmed up, go ahead and do an arm swing or pump. If you want even more than that, go ahead and take those arms overhead. So just 10 more seconds. And that's time. Good. All right, so the next exercise in 12 seconds, we're going to be doing our chest press. So your hands can be in a prayer position. You can clasp them, whatever feels good to you. All right, I'm just going to do a little press, release, press, release. Good. These are tiny little movements where we're just flexing muscles, but they're incredibly powerful. And I much prefer this to doing push-ups. I don't know about you. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So then our next exercise, we're going to imagine we're holding on to a big rubber band. And we're going to pull slowly, bringing our elbows behind us. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good. So again, it's amazing that we can imagine resistance and really feel those muscles. It almost like feels really hard to pull. And then we want to release slowly so that we use our muscles both on the pull and then as we replace our arms out front. And so try to keep your face relaxed, chin, shoulders are relaxed. Good. Nice. All right, we have one more round. Everybody good so far? You look great. Look great. So we're going to start with our marching in 5 seconds. Good. And then You're free to do whatever you want with your arms. Whatever works for you in this moment, on this day. You guys are fast. Nice tempo. You go with it. 3 seconds. Good. All right, chest press is next. We're going 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Press, release. And you can experiment a little bit with holding that press a little bit longer. So maybe hold it 2, 3, 4, release. Hold it 2, 3, 4, release. Just a little bit of a different feel. Five seconds left. Good. All right, and then our last one's going to be the row. Okay, so we've got our imaginary rubber band that we're going to pull toward our chest. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Pull back. Release. Release. And then we also want to make sure that our core muscles, so everything from our rib cage down to right below our hips, everything's engaged, okay? So we're just flexing, tensing all those muscles, asking our core to work along with every exercise. 3, 2, 1, excellent. All right, so we're going to start with 3 new exercises. The first one is going to be cross connects. So we did a few of those when we got started today in our warm up. So we're going to do 30 seconds of those. Good. And so this can be seated or standing. Good. Nice. Good. Yep. So we're going to pull that leg up, and then if you have enough flexibility and mobility, we can do elbow to quad, or it can be forearm, or simply hand to knee. You guys probably know these right-left combinations are so good for our brains. All right, that's it. Next exercise, we're going to hold a semi-squat. So we're going to just bring our, we're going to act like we're sitting down a little bit. We're keeping our knees above our heels, and we're going to punch. Okay, we're just going to punch forward. Yes, that looks good, Tim. Looks good, Melissa. Good. Yes, again, just make sure that your face feels relaxed, that you're not clenching the muscles in your neck. Shoulders are relaxed. This is just a good move to get the heart pumping. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And then our last one is going to be, I call them butt kickers. So from the side, it's just a hamstring curl, okay? So I'm pulling my heel up as high as I can. It might just be here. And I'm just going to stay to the side. And I'm going to incorporate a little row with my arms. You're welcome to do whatever you want with your arms. Good. Just stay nice and light on the feet. Almost there. 5 seconds. Good. And that's time. Okay, so we're going to go back to the top with the cross connects. So we do the cross connects, the punches, and then our butt kickers to finish. All right, going 3, 2, 1, and hit it with cross connects. Good. Just 10 more seconds. Excellent. Okay, we're our little semi-squat with a punch. If anybody needs to take it to a chair, you're welcome to at this point. You were up for a long time. We're gonna start in 2 seconds. And go, a little semi-squat. And so your knees are going to determine how low you go. If bending your knees is painful, you can do this from a standing position, but your knees are just going to be soft. They're just not locked out, okay? Good job, look good. So pretend you have a punching bag in front of you. Yeah. Punch with some gusto. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. So the last exercise for this round is our hamstring curl. Just bringing that heel up in the direction of our rear end. And we're off. Good. And again, I'm going to use my arms. This is optional. Good. We can go here, in front, overhead, whatever feels good. 10 more seconds. Then we're gonna go one more time through, and then we'll stop for a little water break, okay? 2, 1, excellent. Everyone's hanging right in there, y'all doing so well. Really. All right, so cross connects will be next. You sit down for yeah. All right, so you're just gonna make, there you go. So again, I'm gonna just remind you to be very aware of your core muscles. This is kind of like a standing crunch. Cross connects are. So by drawing in your belly button every time you lift a leg, you might start to feel that in your lower abdominal area. You have 3 seconds left. And then it's time. All right, squat punches are on deck. Or seated punches. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, little squat. So when we hold the squat, that's called a static squat. So static exercises are when we don't move. But it creates tension in our quads and our hamstrings and our glutes just to hold this position. So this is a good way to practice in the kitchen when you're waiting for your coffee to come out of the microwave or your coffee to brew. 3, 2, 1, excellent. And then our last one is going to be our hamstring curl, okay? So we'll hit that in 10 seconds. Just check in with your breathing. How you doing? 2 seconds. And go. That's a great modification. Perfect.
Yeah.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Good. Just 10 more seconds, and we'll take a 1-minute break. Good. All right. I'm going to shut this off for a second. Everybody grab some water.
That's nice to have. I'm picking one like that. So Disney World when I go.
Where are you going?
The 23rd, next Wednesday.
Oh my goodness. That's so exciting. Yeah, where are you going to see?
I'm going on a 5K Disney run. But I'm walking with my rollator. And my cousin, I got here last February and couldn't get up the stairs even. And she said, we're going on a fun run next February and you're going too. So it's been something I've worked up to.
Yes, that's so exciting.
Yeah, I made it 3 miles already. So yeah. Yeah. I got a neat costume on the Cinderella.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I see a lot of people who do those.
Yeah.
The costumes on.
Yeah, it's
Can't wait to see pictures of this.
I will.
Oh, do share.
I've got my cousins are doing a 10K the next day, and they're dressing up that day. But on my day, they're wearing, support shirts. They're my support
Oh,
team.
I love it. Right.
Yeah.
Your Cinderella crew. I love
Yeah.
it. That's great.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
All right, just to give you a little preview of what's coming next, we're going to do some lateral raises and front raises with our arms. So if anybody does, if you're at home and you want to grab some soup cans or water bottles, you can hold on to some water bottles or soup cans while we're going to do a front raise and a side raise. And then if you don't have any weight, it's okay, because we can go ahead and just clench our fists. And we're going to just use tension in our bodies, okay? So again, we're going to resist the lift up. So you're going to just almost imagine something pushing you down while you're trying to lift up. So we're going to do it that way, and we're going to go to this side. This one's called a lateral raise, okay? And then this one is the front raise. So we're going to do those, and then the next one is going to be our standing leg lifts. So you're welcome to hold on to something for balance. And we're going to, actually last week we did a front lift. Today we're just going to lift to the side. This way. We're going to go that way, okay? So we'll do some leg lifts. And then our last one is going to be an overhead press. So again, I'll invite you to use your weights if you want to. Otherwise, we're just going to, again, resist. Pretend you have heavy platters and you're pressing up and back down, okay? So those are our 3 exercises. Everybody ready? Well, somebody find to get some stuff. Okay, perfect. All right, y'all. We're going to start in 5 seconds with our front and side raises. All right, so front. All right, take it nice and slow into the side. Good. And so for you guys who have your weights or your cans, we just want to go to shoulder height. So we're not going to go up here. We're going to go just to shoulder height. I want you to control them on the way up and the way down. So sometimes when we have weights in our hands, we can kind of let them flop, but then we're losing part of the move, right? Because we can use resistance on the way down as well as on the way up. Perfect. All right, let's do some leg raises now. So we're going to do, and if you feel like you have pretty good balance and you want to do this with nothing, just challenge yourself. We're going to do 15 seconds on the right leg and 15 on the left. So just lift, lower, lift, lower. Okay, it's a good balance challenge. Most all of your weight really is on the standing leg, the left leg right now. All right, now we're going to switch legs. So all my weight's on my right leg, doing a little lift with the left. We're not going to swing it, we're just going to lift it. So you can see my leg doesn't come too far off the floor. Oops. All right. Now we're going to go overhead presses, and I'll do a better demonstration of that leg lift the next time through. We're going to go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, so we're going to push overhead, and again, we're going to resist it coming down. Okay, so we're going to push those heavy trays up, and then we're going to come down slowly so we don't spill everything that's on. Okay, press up, good. Yes, imagine something heavy, pushing up and bringing them down. 10 more seconds. That's good. And press up. 2 seconds. Nice. All right, we're going to start at the top. So we're going to go right back into our front and side raises. Okay, so if you have weights or cans, you might really start to feel these. Oh, you've got jars. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go to the front and to the side. So if you do have weights and you're starting to get a lot of heat in the shoulders, just take it easy. Maybe put the weights down towards the end. Just do what you can. 10 more seconds. All right, I'm doing a little change up. We're going to do 30 seconds leg lifts on our right. Then we're going to do our overhead press. Then we're going to do 30 seconds on our left leg, okay? So stand on your left. We're just going to do a gentle lift, okay? Gentle lift. So don't throw it up there. That looks good. Yeah, and so our hips should be facing forward. And so we're only gonna lift as high as that leg will go. Looks good. Yeah, you guys got it. Good. I'm just gonna show you from the side. You. Good. We have 5 more seconds on this side. Good. Then we're gonna do our overhead presses next. Anytime we do work where we have to balance and we're offset, our core muscles are activated. So we're using our core like we would be doing a plank. All right. And now we're gonna press. Good. So I love doing balance work and just challenging our body to be a little off balance. It's so good for us. Because our core muscles work and we don't even really feel it. 10 more seconds, pushing up, coming down slowly. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so we're going to be on the right leg now, doing leg lifts on the left side. Okay?
It's all right.
What's
As long as
that?
I did both sides.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to my world.
I know, really.
Good. Yes. So if you were on the other leg, you just, you do you on this one. You don't have to be on the same leg as me. Good. Pull that belly in, squeeze all the muscles on that right leg. Try to make your quad nice and tight and your glutes. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, we're going to go through all of that one more time. So we have our front and side raises. And then we'll do our first leg lift series and our overheads and then the other leg. All right, ready? Okay, so our front raise and our fronts. To the side. Good, just make sure your arms don't feel like noodles. Right? You're really flexing those muscles. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so we're gonna stand. I'm gonna stand on my left leg. You stand on your first leg. All right, and so that's gonna hold all of our weights. And we're gonna gently lift the opposite leg. So you might be feeling this exercise in your glutes, in your hip a little bit. Good. Yeah. We just bring it down and lift. Down and lift to the side. Good. And so we want to keep our upper body as stationary as possible. So we don't want to be turning, leaning. 4 seconds. And that's time. Good. Okay, so we're going to go into our overhead presses. Do you want to grab your weights for those of you who are using them? We'll start in 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Up. Resist. Rest. And resist. Good. Looks good, you guys. Ten more seconds. Good. Maybe one more. Awesome. All right, we're going to switch legs. So I'm going to be on my right leg. Flex all these muscles. Get my right leg nice and tight. And we're off. And good. Do you guys feel that in your outer thigh? And if you lead with your heel, just turn your toe down a little bit, you'll feel a little bit more glute. There's no like wrong way or right way, it's just a different way. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so we're ready for our overhead presses. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna press overhead. Good. Press this on the way up. Even if you have your weights, you can make them feel a little heavier by pushing some more slowly on the way up. And then on the way down, just resist them. 10 more seconds. Good, that's your last one. Excellent. Okay, that was 3 times through already. That was fast. Okay. So we're going to move into our last segment, and this is one where you can be on your mat on the floor. I think everybody, Melissa, if you're going to be seated for me. Actually, I'm going to have you, for the person be seated, and then I'm going to be a standing glute squeeze.
Okay.
So the first one, you're going to lie down on the floor. Your legs will be fully extended. So actually your knees can be bent or fully extended. And I just want you to draw your belly button into the floor. So I want you to think about having a tennis ball right on your belly button. And you're gonna suck it in to your body, okay? So if it feels better to have your knees bent, you can do that. Press your low back. In fact, if you do have low back issues, I do want you to bend your knees because that way you can press your low back into the floor. You'll kind of feel your glutes squeeze a little bit too. So the best way to do this exercise is to do a nice long forceful exhale and pull that belly button in. So let's go ahead and do that 5 times. Yeah, I can see you doing it, Elizabeth. Perfect. Yes. So seated, you do the same thing. Great exercise to practice at stoplights. You also get a little breath work in there too at the same time. All right, and then after this, we're going to go into glute bridges. So for this one, you will bend your knees. And your heels are going to be about like 12 inches from your bottom. And then you're going to lift your hips up and squeeze your glutes and then lower down slowly. And then lift back up. And then the way we do this, we can do it either seated, Elizabeth, or standing. It's a standing glute squeeze, do you remember?
I think I did.
Yeah. So all we're going to do is just, we're just going to squeeze and release. Squeeze. Yeah, it's like a $100 bill try. Yeah, go.
Good vision.
Right. Good. Nice, everyone. Let's do a few more of those. Nice. And then our last one is going to be a lying down, cross connect, or standing. So you can do cross connects, or if you want, you can also holding on with your left hand. Let's do a march with a reach this time.
Okay.
So all what you do is push your right arm up and your left knee.
Okay.
Maybe do 10 that way and then 10 the other way.
Okay.
All right, for those of you who are on the floor, we're going to do our cross connects in a lying down position. Okay. So we're here, arms are overhead, legs are extended. I'm going to tuck my chin. I'm going to bring my my forearm or my hand to my opposite knee. Okay, and I'm going to do the other side. Perfect. Now, if your head or your neck starts to feel tension, you can leave it on the floor and just do the arms and the legs. But as you're making contact with your arm and your leg, I want you to bring that belly button in again. Okay, I want you to tighten, feel those lower abs contracting. Good. Sometimes the tension in the neck is caused by our head position. So one thing you can try is to just pretend you're holding an orange under your chin and just squeezing it. Sometimes that helps. But if you are somebody who carries a lot of tension in your neck, it might always be uncomfortable, so then you can just leave your head relaxed on the floor, okay? Looks good. Okay, do one more set. And then we're gonna go back to the first exercise where we're gonna draw that tennis ball into your belly, okay? So we're gonna do the seated ab work or seated or lying down. So we're gonna do 5 long exhales. Pulling that belly button in, and we are strengthening our transverse abdominis in this exercise, which is the really inner part of the core. It's okay to feel your low back press into the floor if that's what's happening in this exercise. It's perfectly fine. And then let's go ahead and move to 20 glute bridges. So we're gonna lift and squeeze and then release slowly. Okay, we don't want to rush them, but just kind of keep in constant motion if that makes sense. 3, squeeze, and don't forget to squeeze those glutes at the top, okay? We really have to invite them to engage. They're not just gonna do it automatically. If anybody's getting a Charlie horse, I just want you to relax down. You can be done. But if you're doing okay, I'm on my second set of 10. I've just done 13. You stop where you need to. 16, 17, 18, 19. Good, everyone. Last one. Good. Okay, and then we're going to do the line cross connects after. So you can extend your legs and your arms. If you do feel your low back arching and it's painful, you can also keep your knees bent, and then you can do your cross connects here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 20 connects. So the connect with each side 10 times for a total of 20. Okay. So for standing, and so I was encouraging, because we've done cross connects a couple times, I was encouraging Melissa to do a march with the regions. Do you want to alternate? Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. How you doing? Good. Good. You look good.
Are we doing alternations? I should say.
So just to make it a little bit easier, I was just going to have you do all on one side and then switch, because I know you have to find your position. I was having you reach out. Yeah, just for something a little different, because we'd already right, because we'd already done cross connects a couple times. Good, everybody looks great.
There's a glare right on you, so it's
Hard to see. Yes. Good. Everyone. And then when you've done your 20, you can go ahead and come up to standing. So if you're on the floor, yes, Tim, yes, Melissa, I love the way you guys got up. You didn't just whip your body forward. It's always good to roll to the side and then come on back up. All right, we have a little bit of extra time today because I think we jumped right in and we didn't have to go through the little chit chat in the beginning. So I'm just going to add a couple of things. So this exercise, and I'm going to just modify for you in a second. It's called a ground zero jump, but there's no jump, okay? But it's the precursor to a box jump. So if you've ever seen people jump out of boxes, they're, kind of knee height, it's sort of the precursor to that. So all we're going to do is stand with your feet parallel under your hips, and you're going to swing your arms back as you hinge and come up to standing with your arms overhead. So from the side, and here, up. Okay, so swing my arms back, and we want to have a little bit of motion. We don't want to go really carefully and too slow. I'm just going to throw my arms back, come up to standing. And when I come up to standing, I'm taking just a half a second to squeeze my glutes and my abs. Okay, so just right there, I'm in a standing plank. So I'm going to swing down, and so you guys go ahead and practice that for 20. And, well,
I can try.
yeah. All right, so I love that little circle. Yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna have you do is just, knees are soft, so they're just not bumped out, perfect. Just swing your arms back and just watch your hands as you come up, yeah. There you go, yes, if you feel comfortable, just lean forward a bit.
There's the marking on my nose over toes.
Yes, yes, good for you. So these are surprisingly aerobic. This is another nice thing you can do in your kitchen. Get the blood flowing. Good.
And squeezing at the top.
And squeeze it at the top. Yes. Spoken like a true trainer. Good. I don't know how many y'all have done.
That's it. I count it. I count
All right. Let's work our quads one more time. Okay, so if you need something for balance, hold on. Otherwise, I'm going to show you from the side. Last week we did a straight leg raise. Today we're going to do a bent knee. I think we did this actually one time too. So we're going to do 10 leg raises with our knee bent. On number 10, we're going to hold it up, and then we're going to extend and bend 5 times. Okay. So by the end of it, you should feel some heat in that quad. So let's start with the right leg. All right. So you good?
I want you, yeah.
Good. So we're gonna lift, lower, all the weights on the left leg. So we're standing up really tall with perfect posture. 4, 5, good Tim, good Melissa, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna hold number 10. You do not have to hold it up as high as me. If you're here, that's okay too. We're gonna extend that leg, tighten it, and bend. Straighten and bend. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Shake it out. Did you feel a little tension up there in that quad? Oh yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. It doesn't take a lot. All right, so other side. So we're standing on the right leg. The left leg is going to lift to hip height and down. 2, and 3, 4, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to hold 10. Hold it up there. Good. Hold it. Extend and bend. 2. Yes. Extend and tighten that quad. 4. Last one. Good. All right. I say just for fun and games, for fun and giggles, we do 20 more of the zero gravity jumps just to finish up, okay? And then we'll do a little stretching. All right, so on your own time, so we're going to hinge, straighten and squeeze, and 2. Good. If anybody has, it doesn't look like everybody has any shoulder mobility, but if somebody watches this later and you do, then we're going to just curl here at the top, okay? So we're going to swing your arms to here or as high as you can comfortably go, okay? So there's no need to go overhead and hyperextend. It's whatever feels comfortable. So we'll see about the hinging. Yep. Looks really good. All right, well, let's see if you can incorporate a jump.
Just one, and then I learned my lesson.
We're not doing. Oh, good for you. Good for trying, though. Love it. Yes, and so if you do feel like you need a little something more, so you can to increase the intensity of this exercise, you can increase your speed, and you can also roll up onto the balls of your feet if you want to. Okay, so don't leave the floor. Just go up on the balls of your feet. So that'll make it, wow. Woo! Look at you guys. Yes. So I'm telling you, a few times during the day, if it crosses your mind, go ahead and knock out 10 or 20 of those, because it really gets the heart rate going, right? Okay, so let's just start with some standing stretches. I first want you to bring your hands behind your back, and we're gonna straighten them. So you might feel a little pulling through your shoulders, like in a good way. And then if you don't really feel that, you can go ahead and lift your arms up as high as you can. There's no contest, no prize for lifting the highest, so just go where you feel comfortable. And then you can also just bend at the waist. Again, if this feels okay, knees are bent a little bit. Getting a nice stretch through that upper body. And then come on back up to standing. Good. Let's take that right arm across your body. Your left hand or forearm can be underneath, a little bit above your elbow. We're just going to pull that across the body. And then let's undo that and go to the other side. So my forearm is right behind my elbow, and I'm just gently pulling my left arm toward my body. Good. Okay, so hands on your hips, feet are about hip width apart, a little bend in the knees. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to just palm is up toward the ceiling. I'm just going to gently lean to my left. I'm going to feel a stretch in your right side, my oblique right there. My legs have not changed position at all, so my weight is centered in everything below the waist does not move. My left side. And we're going to slightly let that arm float down. And then our left arm palm to the ceiling. We're just going to lean to the right now. You should feel it in your side. You should not feel it in your low back. If you feel it in your low back, you might be twisted just a little bit. So we want to come back to center, just make sure that our body is straight, just leaning to the side. So that is a good view. And then we're going to just release that hand and let it float just gently to the ground. Good. So now we're going to do a hamstring stretch. This can be seated or standing. So we're going to stand on the left leg. Your right leg is going to come forward. Yeah. My hands are going to be on my left leg, above my knee. So I'm not going to put my hands on the knee, they're going to be on my quad. And I'm just going to lean with a flat back toward the floor. You feel that on the side?
Yes.
Yeah. So you should feel this stretch. Here's what it looks like from this side. You should feel it in the back of the leg. You might feel it in your calf even. Good. And then come up slowly, and we're going to switch legs. So I'm standing on my right leg, my left leg is extended, left leg is perfectly straight, and my toes are actually curled up toward my body. And I'm just going to lean over. Good. Come up slowly, and then I'm just going to show you a quad stretch. This one, I would recommend that you hold on to something. If you have a chair handy, you're just going to try to grab the back of your foot and then just bring it up towards your bottom. And this will stretch the front of the leg. Nice, Tim. Good. If this is hard to reach that leg, reach the foot, you can take a towel also and put a towel around your shin, and then use the end of the towel to pull it forward. And then we'll release, and then let's do the other side. So grabbing the ankle or the shoelaces of your opposite foot. Pull the heel up as high as you can. Good. And you want to stand up tall. If you're leaning forward, you won't feel it quite as much. Maybe you stand up really straight and tall, you're going to feel that nice stretch in the quad. You good? Nice. And then release. Very nice. How was that?
Hey, very good. Very good.
Questions? Any other parts that need to be stretched? Okay. I guess,
I feel worked out.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, it's just so good to get the blood flowing. So any questions or comments